Hey everyone, welcome to today's webinar. We'll begin very shortly, but feeling really wonderful to have you all today with us. I'm Sunakshi, I'm co-founder and CEO of Bic and Manifest. We'll wait for a few more folks to join us. We'll begin shortly, but till then, would love to know from where you guys have joined. Feel free to put that on chat, which city, which brand, or anything that you would like to share, what brings you to webinar, would love to hear that as well. And there's a mix, I see a few of our customers here, I see a lot of new folks as well. Feel free to introduce yourself. Come on, guys, don't be so shy. You can share, maybe let me put up a question that has an easier answer, yes or no. So, tell me, how many of you are here to learn more about WhatsApp AI, and how many of you are here who have already used AI on WhatsApp? Just say a yes or no. Yet to learn. Okay, great, Sarath. Thanks for opening the chat. Hey, Sanchit says here to learn. Most welcome. We'll begin shortly. Samyak yet to explore. Absolutely, you're on right place, Samyak. Hello, Disha. Here to learn. Great. Like what I believe is AI is still in a very nascent stage, and it's a great time to start learning. It's a great time to experiment because one thing that really matters right now is AI becomes good with time. AI becomes good with your data. So the sooner you start, the better. So that is one thing that we have to keep in mind. Of course, when we'll start the session, we'll make sure that we cover all those crucial points when talking about WhatsApp AI. But yeah, that's one thing. And I really feel appreciative of all of you guys. You're taking that step out from your busy day to learn more about AI. That itself shows your dedication into what's ahead. So guys, I think we have good large quorum now, and we're already 5 minutes past our scheduled time. So let's begin. Welcome to our webinar. Hosted by Bic and Manifest. And today, what are we going to discuss? It's about top things that enterprises know about WhatsApp AI that we as like brand who's a budding enterprise do not know yet. And it's not that difficult. It's a disclaimer. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. It's very straightforward. We don't have to think AI like a ghost, which is very difficult to claim or very difficult to master. It's super easy, and we'll cover that in today's session. For any questions that you have during the session, feel free to put that on chat whenever you get it. And towards the end of the session, last 10 minutes, we'll keep up for your Q&A. So let's get started. A little bit about me. I am Sunakshi. I'm co-founder and CEO of Bic. And what little bit, in terms of what I do in general, community building. We run the largest women community for D2C founders and execs. Feel free to join. Ping me after the webinar. I'll share you the link, but would love to have you all for those women who are out there in this webinar. A little bit about my company. We are an all-in-one e-commerce tool. You can basically run your marketing, especially conversational marketing, and support under one platform. It works on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, email, SMS, and web push. And these are the few brands that we work with. Few of them have already deployed AI, which we are going to cover today and showcase you how's it working for them. And then we'll also show you what are the few things, underlying background things that they have used to deploy that AI functionality. So let's get started. Number one, because we are an official Meta BSP partner, when you work with BIC, you don't need anyone to, give you WhatsApp API access. We are our own BSP, so, you get that out of the box. So there was one research, and, a thing that Meta claims is Meta does not promise WhatsApp deliverability. They're very explicit and they claim it very publicly that they don't take responsibility of your WhatsApp deliverability. You have to earn it. And this was very different. This was very different 3 years ago when we started BIC in 2022. There was like 100% deliverability rate. If you're using a good or a decent tool, everything used to get delivered. But things have changed now. And for you to actually leverage WhatsApp in the right way, AI does not only comes into the picture where you generate content and send right content on WhatsApp. AI also ensures that right deliverability is being happening for your brand. So for that to happen, we'll cover that in the session. But there are few top things that we have seen. One is, of course, poor template quality, and template quality is something, one flag is predetermined by Meta in terms of how you frame it, what language you use, how many, the frequency of the same template that you have been using. That's one. Second is, like in your experimentation, let's say if you want to send a template to 10,000 or, 100,000 people, then like experimenting it with a smaller segment and understanding the quality in BIC, that's what we do. You get that quality metric, whether it's good, poor, or worse, you get that. And using that, you determine that which segment is, feasible for this template or not. If you're having high opt-out rates, you will hurt deliverability. And there is no, like, for example, on emails, there's usually a path where you can, come back from a very worst stage. But even if in email, if you get to a stage which is, let's say, for example, low domain rating, if it was medium, you could have come back. But if it's low, you're gone. You can never come back to high. Similarly, on WhatsApp, there are those thresholds and barricades. So we have to, ensure that we are never at that stage. Never let Meta think, WhatsApp think that you are just bashing your customers with your content. So that's another way to know that your deliverability should not be hurt. And there's a way we define a score in the BIC portal. We'll talk about that later. But these are the ground rules. Opt-in must be clear, message must be timely, content must be relevant and personal, frequency must be managed. This is most important. This is where I feel brands go wrong. And you must monitor and improve continuously. This is one thing. You can't think that, okay, you have achieved 90% deliverability, now I can go back, sit, relax, I'll use the same content on same segments and I'll keep getting revenue. It's not the case. You have to be up running on ground always to ensure, just like your Meta ads, it has to be improved on a daily basis. Similarly, your WhatsApp campaigns, your WhatsApp flow should be discussed, improved every day. The thing that is working today might not work tomorrow. So we have to be on ground always to understand where we are heading. Great. Now, this was, few things around Meta deliverability. Now we'll talk about coming to Gen AI. What great brands are doing with Gen AI? When we say this, a lot of things comes in our mind, which is, let's say, for example, I'll take an example of an Apple brand. Let's say, like there's an Apple brand and they are selling lehengas, they are selling, those expensive attires on their website. The first thing that comes to their mind using Gen AI is, hey, like, can I give that offline store experiences online? can I, anyway, like, is there a way where I can sell lehengas that I was able to do in my offline store? Because selling a high AOV product online is super difficult without assistance. So first thing that comes in such brands' mind is, can I enable that with AI? Similarly, if it's a beauty brand, selling, let's say AOV is 200 rupees, 400 rupees, or if in dollars, it's like $10, $15, $20, not very high. Then, the first thing that comes to mind is number one is how do I ensure that people trust my product enough that they click on buy now quickly? Like when they come to a product page, 2 to 3, 4% people are buying. But beyond that, can Gen AI enable that quickly? So that's another thing that comes to mind. And clubbed with all of the brands together, the post-purchase experience. After buying something from my website, like irrespective of how well my agent is trained or if my agent is available, not available, can Gen AI able to handle those queries? And not just handle, but also to be able to upsell, cross sell, and ensure that your brand loyalty is on top of mind for that customer always. So these are like few instances that we'll cover. And these are, guys, like these are real screenshots that we have picked up from our customer chats. Just go through it. These were mind blowing. Because, we are sort of like, we don't have a lot of time in this webinar. So I've picked up a couple of them. But of course, after this webinar, we'll send you more use cases. If you feel any use case that is either possible, not possible with Gen AI, put it on chat and we can cover. So yeah, this is one chat from, again, a lehenga selling brand. It's called BL Fabric. They work with BIC. They were part of Shark Tank, if you guys remember, in the recent season, and they went viral. So we picked up, this chat from their Gen AI bot, which was my father-in-law who stays in Surat itself. So he can come and pick up if the material is ready. Look at the question, guys. It's so personalized. It's the person is chatting here with her emotions. It's not anymore about robotic question, let me know when, is ready and someone will come and pick up. She went so in, she gave all out while typing this question. And now us as a brand has mega responsibility to handle that emotion well. And this could be only possible if and only if we have deployed Gen AI well. So for example, here if you see, Gen AI replied, yes, your father-in-law can come and pick up material if it is ready. Please ensure to inform us in advance so we can prepare the order for collection. Now the answer is also given in a way that it feels filled with emotion, not just, a blank response that, okay, this is our address, please ask him to come here. It was filled with emotion. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out. So, this is how Gen AI has to be if you want to be successful with it. So this is one instance. Second instance is, this was a long chat. We just took up one excerpt from it. Also, one last question, does the dresses come with hand sleeves? So when you see also one last question, that means this consumer is feeling it was a real human that was chatting with them. So this is the power that you can deploy on your brands. So here AI replies, yes, you can get dresses with hand sleeves. If the dresses come with an unstitched blouse, you can request to have sleeves added. See, amazing. Please confirm with the store for specific customization option. For further assistance, you can connect. You can reach out via WhatsApp at XYZ number. I'll call soon on a number. So this shows that this person was completely into the belief that it is a human. It's not AI. Thank you. I loved your first response. So this was another excerpt. Now, last thing, Mary height in centimeters, 175 centimeter. This is like, as a woman, I feel need of such kind of use cases, because when I go to a beauty store and when I look out for skin tints or foundations, and I'm really clueless because every brand has their own shade of, putting up. Like my skin is medium to tan. For a medium to tan skin, what foundation would go, what tint would suit me, what kind of blush would suit me, I have no clue. And if it's a brand which was highly recommended by my friend, even though, it's super difficult. So this kind of use case where it becomes so customized when someone is asking, giving their personal detail, and then AI is able to respond. For example, here it says आपकी height 175 सेंटीमीटर के लिए लहंगा की लेंथ आपके वेस्ट से लेकर जमीन तक होनी चाहिए, जो लगभग दिस है, लेकिन एग्जैक्ट लेंथ के लिए टेलर से मेजरमेंट करवाना बेहतर रहेगा. So there are two things here. One is very personalized use case. Second thing is multilingual. When the customer asked in English, AI responded in English. That's the power. So now, like these were some use cases, but what do you guys think? Can you believe, or do you think that just there's a poll here? Can your current flows do this? Put yes or no. The tool, any tool that you're using, what do you think? Can it do it or not do it? If it can do it, great. It's time to apply them. If it doesn't, I'm here to help you out. So we'll catch up after the webinar. I'll just keep it live. Great. So we get 70% people saying no, 27% people saying yes. It's a great mix. That was what was expected. 75% says no. We have received 12 responses. That's not bad at all. Cool. So for those, like I'll just end the poll now. For those who have marked no, I'm here to help you after the webinar for sure. So cool. Sharing results. So see, here we go. 75% no, 25% yes. Cool. We'll, just move on to next. Okay, so Meta Research says 95% of Indian enterprises are already familiar with GenAI. 80% plan to invest in GenAI solution in next 1 to 2 years. What I believe honestly is 2 years is going to be extremely late, because if your competitor brand is giving what we saw, in past slides, obviously, the experience would have a massive difference between what you are doing versus those brands are doing. So, and hence, it builds that loyalty into customers' mind eventually. So 2 years is very late. I believe even 1 year is like the epitome of if you would be able to implement AI or not. What I believe honestly is next 2 quarters are going to be very crucial if your brand has to pick up in this Gen AI era. So we have to be fully focused. We have to understand use cases. And us as individuals working in these brands, we should take responsibility of going back to the whatever tools are you guys using, go back to them and tell them that, hey, this is the use case I have in mind, because you guys are geniuses with the use cases and the tool builders are geniuses with implementing AI, and both of them should come together, and these use cases are going to be infinite. So it is very crucial as as part of brands, we should be going back to these technology builders, providers, to ensure that they are coming up with the right set of tools to deploy your use cases. Be very open minded. It's a very, very new technology. It's a very, very new era. Just think how internet was in 1996, 97. We have to work collaboratively to come up with use cases which are going to do wonders for the brands. So yeah, now we'll talk about big intelligence, a little bit about how those use cases which we just showcased you are, how we were able to enable them for our brands. We'll just go, we call it as big intelligence, nothing fancy. Now, it's more of like, a conversational use case, but it's inbuilt with the WhatsApp tech, and not just, messages, conversational AI that happens, but also, it's super, super easy to implement AI QRBs, AI recipes, a lot of things. I'll cover that. So this is the first one. So let's say in today's environment, I have went through like before this webinar, I went through 50 plus brands ka WhatsApp flow, and most of them were hard coded. You get a message, and few of the brands were also like, they have programmed in a way that, okay, after 24 hours, send again a message, after 24 hours, send again further discount. But all of these eventually are hard coded. Even if your content is generated by AI, the flows were hard coded. So, how do we fix this? How do we ensure brands don't feel that, they're just being pushy? Oh, I get this message from every other brand. How is this different? Anyway, I have to block them. If I had to make a purchase, I would have done that on website. I don't need this. So, how do we fix this? How do we ensure that they feel that you as a customer or a consumer were meant to be special for the brand? So here you go, like the thing that you see here, I'll just move it. Yeah. So when your first message goes, you can put up AI QRBs. For example, the thing that we have shown here is check out now. This is simple, very clear. I know most of you who have joined here would be knowing it. Recommend similar, how to use. So when someone clicks on how to use, let AI generate it on a real-time basis. You don't have to hard code anything. And what magic happens here, guys, there are two things. One is you are building that rapport with the customer by giving them further information on, let's say, how to use it, or if it was a food product, then recommend recipe using this food product. Or you feel that someone has abandoned it, maybe it's a trust issue, I am in a competitive space, then write about, like what customers have to say about this product. You can put any kind of QRBs, and AI, because BIC is an all-in-one CRM, it has a lot of data. It keeps getting trained on, maybe it's your Judge Me reviews, whether it's your Instagram, whether it's your WhatsApp chats, whether it's your Shopify CMS. Anything and everything keeps getting feeded in BIC, and it starts to, understand and keep replying in such way. So this is one use case. Second use case is, which we call it as AI QRBs, guys, and everything is customizable and built on real time. AI curates product pics in your WhatsApp. So, for example, anyone is on your PDP, you can put a WhatsApp widget, and BIC enables you whenever someone clicks on that WhatsApp widget. I'll also send you real flows that you can test out after this webinar. When someone clicks on that WhatsApp button, a AI flow start, which has relevancy and understanding of from which page this person had come from. And it's going to be super, super personalized. Like people can say recommend similar. Here, once they are recommended, people can ask further question. Hey, I like the red one, but I want like the long dress. And when they ask that question, AI would respond to it. So that's how you make it communicative. There are three things that you're gaining from here. One is, of course, the phone number. So you have the lead. Second is you're not sounding it pushy. Like people are themselves coming and chatting with you. Third thing, if you are able to win engagement here, nothing like it. When engagement is there, what we have seen is if people are able to chat with your AI beyond 3 messages, then it's a win. 90% of it converts into a sale. So if your AI is deployed in a way where there are 3 messages communication that has happened, you will definitely see a sale. And if you're not seeing it, nothing to worry. We'll just create a segment out of it and start, broadcasting. So these are like few use cases. Last, a quick use case that I wanted to showcase, which is similar to putting a widget on your PDP, but you can use it in a different way. You can talk about use cases such as which leads to an upsell of this particular product. Let's say if you're selling, for example, a jacket shown here and it's a high AOV product, in that case, you'll have to show them use cases like why it is priced so much, what's the durability, do you guys have any warranty, etc. So, become that shopping guide for them. That as well you can implement. So yeah, these were like few use cases that I wanted to showcase. Now coming to how do you migrate? Like I'm pretty sure you guys must be having flows that are hard-coded, static. How do you migrate to GenAI flows? And it's not straightforward when you see it from outside, because you feel that there could be a downtime, or maybe AI is not able to respond as we want to. But these are things of past. How we recommend our brands is, number one is add the AI assistant. We call it as AI assistant component. Add that AI assistant block to 1 to 2 key flows. For example, add it to your abandoned recovery, add it to your where is my order flow, or anything, that product viewed flow, anything you feel that it's okay to do experiment, because these were the flows highest generating revenue. Do I see even more higher revenues or not? If that works, then in week 2, what we said, go to broaden your canvas, broaden your ecosystem, and start implementing AI on even on the flows. For example, when someone comes and says hi, let AI answer it instead of them waiting for your agent. If someone is coming in another language, let AI respond to it. So anyone who's coming to your brand for the very first time, let AI take those L1 request queries conversation, let them upsell it, let them cross sell it if AI feels, or let them handle the query depending upon what kind of question was, and from there take it up. And then finally, this is not just it. On even on your broadcast, even on the campaigns that you do on your segments, you can connect these AI flows directly to have even higher revenues. Because when you send broadcast, it's just one way street, right? Like, buy this. Why we have to keep it so boring? Why we have to keep it that way? Integrate your AI flows to your campaigns. Let people engage with little bit with your brand. Maybe they'll come to know more about your founders. Maybe they'll come to know about your vision, and that makes them even more loyal. You can also integrate your loyalty program inside the AI flow. So there are a lot of things that you can do. So this is what we recommend to brands. Any questions, if you guys have, put it on chat. We'll now start covering them. So just, this is the last thing that I wanted to cover before our Q&A. So people who are new to BIC, who are hearing this webinar for the first time, get 30 days trial with us for the full platform, see things, how is it working, how is it not working, and what we guarantee is once you go live, within 7 days, you'll see your ROI. So that's one thing. If you are already a customer of BIC and have not implemented AI, it's on us. Spin off your free 30-day trial for your BIC intelligence module. Our team will help you set things up, and from there we'll see ROI and get started. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll just stop sharing. It's time to cover up questions. There is one question already here from Samyak. Once they are satisfied with the suggestion, can the sale happen inside WhatsApp only by using native? Of course, Samyak, that's a great question. You can do that. So using our end-to-end checkout module, once AI is able to engage them, they get the right product recommendation, you can push them to buy. You can also leave up to AI to, know that exactly which place it will be good to do that upsell, to do that push. Because if you are early in the engagement journey, if you're pushing them to buy something, maybe you'll lose a deal. But if AI knows that, okay, like 3-4 conversation has happened, now it's time to push them for a purchase, then it feels more human-like. So up to you where you want to implement it. Any more questions, guys, that you would like me to cover? Disha asked, first of all, thanks, Disha, for joining in. Do I have to train my AI? In BIC, AI keeps, so there are two parts to it. One is when you install BIC from your Shopify, from your Instagram, from any blogs that you have put on your Shopify store, it gets auto-trained. It also keeps getting trained on your conversation. But when you go live with AI, you'll also see few conversation where you feel, no, yeah, this answer could have been better. This is not what I had expected. So for that, we give you data sources and assistant score, which you can use to make it better. So it's all on your hand and you can make it better. But what we recommend is L0 level of AI training is already done. Beyond that, if you want to make it more better, which is like an ongoing process, you can do that. And we also give you training to do that. Any more questions? Victoria, does it only work for Shopify? No, that's not true. If you can put your, so we also do custom carts. If it's WooCommerce, BigCommerce, just come to us. We'll have to do some certain custom implementation, but we, it's pretty much platform agnostic. So don't worry about the Shopify thing. Um, there is a Calendly link on chat, guys. If you feel this is relevant, just book a slot. This is my team member Ayush's Calendly. He'll pick things up from here. I'll also try joining in the sessions if you book. But yeah, super excited to have all your queries answered as well. I see a couple of more questions. Samyak asked if the customer purchased from, say, a WhatsApp number and comes back to ask order details on that number only, can the bot sync order status from Shopify and update? Of course, this is the largest use case that we are solving. If there is a primary key that's common, that is phone number, irrespective if they use your AI chatbot on website, if they use it on WhatsApp, even if they use it on Instagram, we'll be able to fetch it. The AI bot works on all of these channels. One channel I forgot to mention, the same AI that is already trained can be used on your emails. So we also have email autoresponder. So you don't have to train AI on multiple platforms. Just come to Bic, train it once, you're done. You're set for life. Now, second question, how long does the integration take? We can take you live in 7 days, Danya. That's our promise. Hey Harsha, thank you for joining in. How great is Bic with WhatsApp e-commerce? It was an initial phase a year ago. Absolutely right. We launched this product in November 22. We have come a long way. Now we have brands like Lego. So Lego India got launched just 2 weeks back, and they chose Bic to do that launch. We are live with tons of big brands, for example, Neeru's, Kushal's, you name it, we have them. So, Mars Cosmetic in beauty, Recode Studios in beauty. Now we work with more than 400 plus brands in India and 200 plus brands across the globe. So it's a global company now. It took us a year to be here, but we have done a lot. How good trusted is this with brands outside of India, considering checkout experience? Um, as a company, we work, like I said, 200 plus brands outside India. Very big brands work with us, for example, True Classic, Transformer Table, a lot of them. But most of these brands use our website AI chatbot because outside India, it's majorly, a website experience that they prefer. So we have things sorted already, but we can do that on WhatsApp as well. Not a worry. Um, does AI fetch the cross-sell products by itself, or do we have to set it up by ourselves? You don't have to set it up by yourself, Disha. Like everything, one is there is a Shopify similar product bucket that we use, but our algorithm, in itself generates a recommended product based on something that has been picked by customer. You don't have to do anything manually. That's the beauty of it. Can we train it on basic support queries as well, such as compatibility of product if AI is not able? Of course, you can imagine AI is like recipe recommender, shade finder, size AI, if this product is compatible with XYZ, especially in electronics category, anything and everything. So how AI works, like let me talk about the fundamentals of AI. Of course, because the underlying model we use, GPT, Claude, like there are different models that we use. So it has universe information already. But then to stop hallucination, we put barricades. Just like your mind, there is a filter in your mind that creates a confirmation bias. Similarly, that filter is put in AI to ensure that whatever your brand universe is, it covers that. Beyond that, it's hallucination. For that, if the compatibility questions, for example, if someone has come saying, will my phone be compatible with this Rode device? It will be able to answer if you're selling this Rode device. But if in a jewelry store you ask such question, my phone will be compatible with this Rode device, the answer would be, sorry, this is out of my context. So depending upon what your brand filter is, which category, and you don't have to create this filter. This is already defined and trained because it has been working with 600 brands now. So it's very well trained. So you don't have to do anything manually. Yeah. But your follow-up question, could it generate a ticket on platform like Zoho Desk for the customer support team to look at? Absolutely. Even not just this case, Samyak, if someone comes and says, speak to a human. I want to speak to someone senior. that's when we can generate a ticket. Or if AI says, hey, I don't know answer for this, let me connect you with someone senior, we generate a ticket in help desk. Today we are integrated with Freshdesk, we are integrated with big help desk, we are integrated with Zendesk, we are integrated with Gorgeous. So these are 4 integrations already available. For Zoho Desk, nothing fancy. It won't be like more than 1 or 2 weeks effort for us to do it. But yeah, it does happen. Cool, guys. Thank you so much. I think I have covered all the questions on the chat. I'm happy to answer more. Just book a call here. I'll just put that link again. If you guys feel any help that's needed, even basic question, just feel free to book it. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.